but lighting's really dark.
Hello, everyone.
This is James and Jen from Living Gardens Homestead. Hope everyone's had a good week and a good weekend. Hope we get quite a few viewers tonight to get to join us. And anything you want to say,
Well,
Jen?
if anybody's like me, they're probably out in the garden. On a time like this, it's beautiful here today.
Dark.
Yeah, I don't know what to do
I
about the lighting.
I think our lighting is off again.
Yeah. Oh, there's that pretty face.
Must be the hair. Shake. But anyway, me and James, we had a really, it's dark. Me and James, what it is, it's over top of my head.
Well, I can't move the light. Well, we'll just have to come up with something else here sometime or another.
See, I'm totally black. It's still dark. Move the table up some.
I don't know if that'll help or not. Ooh, get your drink up. See, it didn't help.
That didn't help either. I am dark.
Let's see.
That
light may be in the wrong place.
I think so. We should check these things out beforehand.
Well, I was trying to get the internet connected and had a time trying to get it connected.
We'll do a Doug and Stacy trick here. Still don't work.
It ain't working, is it? Let me see here. That don't work, does it? Well, people, we apologize for that.
Again, I am black.
The thing of it is, I don't know how to test this before I go live, and the only time we can see our picture on this is when we do go live. So then it's too late when we do.
Too.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the pretty face that's getting covered up.
Maybe if we move the table down this way. So.
Nah, I doubt it.
But anyway, James and I, we've had a really busy week. We have been working in the garden, and we went to Bowling Green today, or Bowling Feed and Seed. And hi, Kenneth and Cindy. It's 87 degrees there in Arkansas. Oh, let me tell you, it's quite warm here in Ohio, too.
It was 81 on the thing on the vehicle today when we was going down to the thing.
We went today, and we had these ordered, and these are 50 Georgia Jets. Sweet potatoes. Aren't those pretty? We got those down at Bowling Feed and Seed over in Kentucky. And anyway,
I don't know how to do that.
We got a total of 50 Georgia Jets, and we got 50 of the Beauregard. And I'm going to tell you something. Look how pretty these are. I mean, they've got the prettiest plants on there ever.
It's about the prettiest ones I've seen when you go buy them from somebody else.
And we go down there, and we also get our bee supplies and all that good stuff. I think the lighting's a little bit better.
That's a little bit better.
But anyway, we go down there and we get our plants and bee supplies and just about everything we need. And Penny, she's a big help to us down there. We really like going down there, and they've also got good deals. Their prices aren't outrageous either. So everybody needs to jump in, tell us what you're doing, what you're planting, and how things are going, how the weather's going.
Oh, I had a question today from one of the viewers on that last video we put out about the bees, that swarm I was trying to catch.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know Jen was recording that. She was recording it, and me over there, I'm focused on them bees. I love bees. But it was a good question. So I thought that'd be a good thing to bring up on tonight's live stream, is because a lot of people may not know. Uh, the question was, if those bees were that mean and they weren't none of my bees and it was a swarm from somebody else, could they mix with my bees and turn my bees into mean bees also? And of course, the answer is yes, they could mix. But the thing about bees is people don't understand a swarm is an adult queen bee and a bunch of the bees from the hive. When that hive gets to where there's not much room in there. Now it can be either the queen's laid up all the cells in there and no place else to lay, and they just feel crowded out. Uh, they'll decide they're going to go into swarm mode, and when they do that, they'll build cells on that comb inside there. It's a long. It looks like a peanut's what it looks like, and that cell is a queen cell. Now, depending on where you find it on the frame, if you find it on top, it's probably a supersedure cell. Something may be wrong with your queen, and they're just wanting to replace her with a queen will be better. If it's found on the bottom, a lot of the times, that's a sign that they're getting ready to swarm on you. If they put an egg in there, what they'll do is they'll take a day old egg that queen that's in that hive laid, and they'll put that in that cell, and they'll put royal jelly in there, and they'll raise that egg as a queen. As she's growing inside that queen cell, they'll seal it up. And when they do, they've done made their mind up. They're going to, that queen and a bunch of bees are going to leave that hive and give it to the young queen, and they're going to go find one of their own. And that's what a swarm is. A swarm is usually a swarm is that older queen has left the hive and took a bunch of bees with her. And that's what I like catching. I like to catch them. Now, what happens after that queen leaves that hive, a day or two later, or whatever it is, that cell will hatch open. And when it hatches open, that new queen will come out. And the bees that's left in that hive will accept her as their queen. And the first thing she's got to do, if the weather permits, she's got to fly out of there. And the drones, or the male bees, they'll congregate in places up there in the sky. Okay? And this queen will seek out those drone bees and meet up with them and mate. And she mates up there in the air. Once that drone mates with her, he dies. And it ain't just one. It may be 3 or 4 drones will mate with her. But that mating will be the only matings that queen will have. And she'll fly back to that hive, and she'll start laying eggs, and it starts a new hive. And the old queen, like I said, that's the swarm that came out. The new queen went and mated. And the question was, could it make my bees mean? Yes, it could. But all I got to do is take out one bee out of that hive. I got to look, and I find that queen bee and have me a mated queen bee from a nuke that I've made up. And I'll take that queen out of that nuke, and I'll put her in a queen cage where they can't kill her. And I'll wait a day or two when they're needing a queen, and I'll put that in there. And they will, most of the time, accept that queen as their queen. And I've got a whole hive of bees, and all I had to do was replace that one queen. And yes, if the drones are flying around up there from that mean hive, and a good queen flies out to mate, and she mates with one of those mean drones, it could possibly make that hive turn mean. Or not that hive, but the eggs hatched from that hive to be mean.
Hillbilly Talker said, I don't want any bees. I'll let the neighbors here do that. I don't blame you. I don't fool with the bees either.
Yeah,
I stand in a distance.
Each to his own, but I always did like fooling with bees. We used to go out in the woods and cut bee trees down. We'd put out it was a sweet feed, syrup-like stuff, and set it out, and then bees will find that. When they find that, they'll go straight, and you've heard the old saying, a beeline? Okay, a beeline is a straight line. That bee will go straight back to its tree to take that sweet feed back to it. And you just follow them bees, and you'll find that tree that they're in.
Um, Kenneth and Cindy said, "Hey guys, we have planted potatoes, beans, turnips. So far, we have some squash, carrots, tomatoes, and some radishes and lettuce. They are all coming up so far.
Oh, good.
That is absolutely wonderful. I am so glad to hear that. And I'm going to tell you something. My sister-in-law, Peggy, she gave me some seeds, believe it or not, that was from like 2007, 2009. They were beans and corn, wasn't they?
Beans.
Beans. And believe it or not,
You're not going to believe this.
they're coming up. They're coming up. But we put all of our seeds.
I think I counted back. I think it was like 14 years old or something like that.
And Kenneth, we have got red Pontiac, Yukon Gold, Kennyback potatoes planted. They came up. That cold spell hit them. They died off. They came right back into abundance. They're beautiful. We've got onions. We just planted. We've got some squash planted. Our carrots are here behind us in this bed right here.
We still got them covered up. They haven't sprouted yet.
And I've got my squash, my cabbage, my Brussels sprouts, zucchini, and we put our tomatoes and peppers out. And I've got these sweet potatoes here. I don't know if you've seen them or not. These sweet potatoes here, I got those at Bowling Feed and Seed, and I've got to put those out. And the grandbabies get the biggest kick ever was out of when we dig those up and then getting them out of the ground. But anyway, I kind of figure probably our cold spell's hopefully over.
I think it is.
We're supposed to be getting a storm, I think, this evening with high winds and all that good stuff. But
yeah, that's about the only thing we got to worry about now, I believe, is would be your wind and hail, just the weather stuff.
Yeah, I tell you what, just like us and my sister-in-law Peggy, and I think my niece has got some of like my dad's and uncle's seeds. I'm not sure, but I'm going to tell you this: the best thing people can do is these heirloom seeds, pass them back and forth. And I'm telling you, that way it just keeps that heritage going with those seeds and plants. But
I think beans, you don't need pollinators, I don't think. Peas, I don't think you need pollinators.
Oh, we've got peas planted too, Kenny and Cindy. We've got a bunch of peas planted here, and we've got a bunch of peas planted out there in the garden.
Here in the hydroponics, I'm looking at them. They're 3 or 4 foot high right now, and they're plumb loaded with blossoms and small peas.
And I planted some strawberries in here for the kids too. They're blooming in abundance. Kenny and Cindy said that's what they're trying to do is keep them going from generation to generation. That's what we do too. And I mean, it is so nice growing something that just like my uncle Ed and my sister.
Oh, that reminds me.
Her uncle Ray, he's got the celebrities, and I think she said one of those plants I think that she gave me was like the seeds was like over 100 years old. But it's good. Hey, Sweet Savory Words, nice to see that you can join us. And it's okay, been a little bit late. I've been there too.
Many times.
Look, no wet hair this time.
Believe me, you've been married long enough. You know that's the way it is, and you just got to accept it.
Hillbilly Talker says they're calling for high winds and scattered showers here for weather tonight. Yeah, they are here too. They're calling for some bad storms. Thank goodness our corn ain't big enough to be blown over.
Oh, by the way, my corn's popping up out there. It's about, I'd say, half inch high. And it looks like it's about all coming up. I just look down the rows. It looks like the whole row's full.
And it was old seeds that we had in the freezer.
That's the only thing that really we can't save because we like that kind of corn, the taste of it, the sweetness of it. You can eat it right straight off the cob without cooking it. It's just delicious. But it's a hybrid. It's between one
Mhm.
corn and another corn, and then you take that seed and plant that seed. You can't save the seed from that and get the same corn back.
Well, it's Honey Select is what it is. And guess what? We just went and found some Honey Select corn, and a half a pound, mind you, was $15.99. $15.99 half
People
a pound.
save seeds on everything you got this year. Whatever you're growing, save them.
Uh, Sweet Savory Word says, "Do you think your corn is going to be knee high by the 4th of July?"
You know, our corn usually every year here, we got a farmer across the road from us that plants over there in that bottom, and I don't think he's even put his corn out yet. Ours is usually tossling and making ears of corn, and his is maybe knee high.
um, our corn generally gets a pretty good high. Some no, we have had it, but it looked like midget corn, and some
Well,
of it's still there.
this corn, sweet corn, and usually sweet corn is a short corn,
Hmm.
but this corn it grows over my head.
And it's good. It is so good. The kids will actually eat it out there in the field. They don't. They don't bother with bringing it in and cooking it, and it hasn't hurt them. Um, Ken City said, "We really enjoy seeing you guys here on Monday nights and chatting with y'all. We really enjoy you guys too. We really do. And I missed you that one night. You guys didn't get on. Bless your hearts.
It makes it a little bit better where it's not just a video. You know,
Yeah,
you can actually conversate between each other.
exactly. Get. I like. I just wish everybody could just join everybody in a big group session.
Wouldn't it?
Be nice. And there's a lot of people that watch us too that actually don't get on there and comment or anything, because I will get messages and stuff that say, "Hey, we seen you guys," or "We're planning on watching you guys," or what have you. I mean, we really, really appreciate it. We really do. We enjoy the thumbs up and the subscribers. I mean, we love it. Um,
But I enjoy helping anybody I can. I mean, I'm not saying I'm that smart, but I do know there's a lot of the stuff the old timers did that I learned that today people don't know.
Sweet Savory Word says that, okay, she'll have says I'll have corn on the cob and I'll pay the postage.
That stuff is delicious.
I'm telling you, it is some of the best corn I think I've ever had. But the only thing is I don't know if it's a sugar content in it or what, but you can't hardly can it and you can't hardly freeze it, because once you do, it totally changes. It seems like the sugar turns over into a starch, and I mean it don't taste the same, does it, James?
No, we've tried every way to store that corn, and we just cannot get it to keep its taste.
Just can't do it.
But as far as fresh, fixing it, pick it right off there and eat, and fixing it on grilling it or whatever, it is delicious.
I'm gonna tell you something. We really don't have enough left over to hardly put back or even try to can or what have you, because I mean the kids here just go through it. I mean, however much you fix is however much they'll eat.
Same thing with peas.
Peas. They love peas. They love the sugar snaps. I mean, all we do is just pick and they'll eat. That's all we have to do. Well, hello there, RJ Poole. It's nice to see that you're with us too. They thought about both of us this week here in Seattle. Flowers are still on the cherry tree. How nice. Our blooms have been gone now for a while. We're now got green leaves.
Well, we had a few blooms last week. It was kind of late, but most of them's gone.
Sweet Savory Word says, I wonder if y'all had a freeze dryer, if that would work.
Oh, I'd love to have one, but I can't afford one.
Listen, people. We're poor folks.
If I'm going to spend any money, it's going to be on my seeds or some way of planting my seeds.
I mean, I would love to have a freeze dryer. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't put in the freezer and I wouldn't can if I had one. But the price of them I'd
say they're well worth their money, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd say if I had the money to buy one, the dogs got tangled up into the cord. Go. Well, temporary setback here.
Go ahead.
But what I was going to mention earlier is Jim brought back to my attention there. I made a mistake on one of my earlier videos on them celebrities, I think it was, and I said it was her uncle when actually it was the seeds that that my sister-in-law sent me. It was her uncle's seeds that he'd saved. So I wanted to correct that because I don't want to mislead anybody.
Hi, baby. Okay, I am back. Had to take care of the puppy issue.
As far as the comments goes, I can't read them, so I'm letting her look at them.
Oh, RJ put on here, I'm broke too. Join the crowd. I imagine by the time this economy gets done, there's going to be a lot more broken people than us. Cindy said it happens. Sweets every word's, but those darn Dobermans. This was a tiny beagle, and I think my drink even got in my hair.
Like we said, when we do this, it's live and there ain't nothing edited out.
It's one thing about it. Just like James says, when you go live, you don't hear nothing and everything just falls where it may. Between dogs, cats, kids.
Which I don't edit a whole lot anyway, because I don't know exactly how to do a lot of that.
But anyway, actually, the Dobermans are being really good. They're over there in the other fenced-in yard.
I don't even hear them barking tonight.
Shh. Don't say that. Don't say it. Now listen, you'll get started. Lord, have mercy. That's one thing about it. James never learns. Okay, he just never learns. He will jinx himself every time. Look at this, people here. That is my watermelon punch rolling down my face. Oh well. Kenny and Cindy said that they enjoy us. We're doing great. Lord, I hope so.
I hope so, because I don't know sometimes about.
listen. We are just down home country folks. There's nothing prideful about us whatsoever. I mean, we are just who we are. Who you see is who we are. I mean, and this is just us in our everyday life.
And just because the world's changing their moral beliefs don't mean I am. I ain't drinking that Budweiser
or Bud Light.
Oh boy, this world has went crazy, has it not?
Oh goodness. Cindy said they aren't either. I tell you what, I like plain people. I love plain people. I like people that if you see them out in public, you can say, well, that's the way they are. People, if you see them in church, that's the way they are. That's the way we are. And I love seeing people like that. I don't like people that are fake. And God in heaven knows me and James ain't fake. I'm telling you, before
I don't think there's enough makeup to cover up our fakeness.
Before long, you will probably see me falling on here before long, truth be known. Oh, goodness. Okay, John Deere put on here, real life stuff, happiness, you're doing good. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. You guys that think we're doing good, because sometimes we really question ourselves.
We're just like a lot of you, and you know, we have problems. We have finance problems sometimes. You know, just regular folk. That's all we are.
Ruby wants to know how far we are from Cincinnati. We're about 3 hours, maybe. 4, maybe.
Yeah, about that.
We're probably right about 3 hours. My niece lives up in Union, Florence. Sweet savory words, but God's cup is filling up. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But you know what? I will have to say this. God's cup's filled up, and when it starts running over, I'll be the first one falling out of it. That's just the truth of it. Okay, Dolores, but you're funny. I'm as real as it gets. It scares people. I am too. And I'm telling you the truth. I just, whatever I think, lots of times just spills out. But
Because most of the bad stuff's on me.
well, what can you say if you've been with somebody for 40 some years? you know the good, the bad, and the ugly.
The problem is she knows all the weakness.
And believe me, I use it to my advantage. And I'd be stupid
She's
if I
not
didn't.
lying.
I'd be stupid if I didn't. Do you not? If you know a person's weak spot, are you not going to play on it? Just like Kenneth, I bet you, truth be known, Cindy does you too. Oh,
But that's what happens when you stay with somebody long enough.
oh, um, gosh, something just flew in my eye. Hope it wasn't a bug. Kenneth, Kenneth and Cindy put that's what's sad is how the world is nowadays. I got lost you.
Yeah,
How the world is nowadays, but there are a few like y'all and us. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few of us out there.
And yes, Kenneth and Cindy, I am being real. I'm telling you. Oh, and Sweet Saver Word says I saw this little girl on video, and she said, "I don't have an attitude. I have a personality. You can't handle it." I'm telling truthfully, I have been like this. I've been like this. Listen, people. Used to be. I was so backward. I would not eat in front of people. I would not speak a word. I would sit in the back corner and just hopefully nobody see me. But through life, it's got me to where I'm just, I'm.
That's called experience.
It is. It is. Cindy said, "You are too, girl." You know what, though? I'm going to tell you something. Life is so short. Life is so short. And, just like the Bible says, life is like a vapor and then it's gone. And I know my daddy on his 80th birthday, he looked at me and he said, they call me Kay. And he said, Kay, said, it seemed like it wasn't yesterday. I was playing around my mommy's dress tail.
I don't think kids today's ever seen a vapor. Do you even know what that means?
Yes, they do. They vape all the time.
Yep, that stuff lasts a long time.
Maybe not if a gust of wind comes
Vapor
through.
I'm thinking about comes out of a tea kettle. It comes up about this high and it's gone.
No. Gotta let a gust of wind hit that vapor and see how fast it goes. It's windy nowadays. But anyway, the way I see it is live life like it is and quit taking so many things so serious, because you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't live life seriously. And I'm not saying live on the edge and jump off a cliff either. Gotta kind of be safe, but you gotta laugh. You really do. Kenneth and Cindy said, life turns you that way. You're exactly right. Stand up, be yourself. I agree.
Well, everybody'd feel better if they could just be themselves.
They would. They really would.
That's the problem, though. A lot of people trying to be like somebody else, and they're not happy.
and I was always so afraid of being embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? That, sometimes embarrassing moments is one of the things you can always look back on and laugh. It really is. So I guess people probably gets a lot of laughs out of me.
I think that same storm that's hitting you all down there is supposed to be the one that comes through here.
Yep. I think it's headed south and somehow or another working its way up. Either way you go, we're going to get it, regardless of whether it comes from northeast, south, or west. It's going to get us. Come on, you guys, keep the conversations going. Me and James ain't sitting here trying to wing it on our own, unless the dogs come in and help us out.
Yeah, the dogs, they can make it change real quick.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. The bees say now I'll be getting
Yeah, we could put Jen out there at the bees and film that.
that's fine. That's fine. I don't like being
Put
stung.
her out there with that mean hive.
People, listen. If I get stung, I mean, I'm like this. I can't see for 2 weeks.
Them bees about to eat me up. I'm telling you, I ain't lying to you. I was up there. When I hit that limb and knocked them down in that box, it's just like they covered me and started stinging instantly.
That's what Sacred Word said. Let's hope and pray that there won't be no Derricos or something like that. Let me tell you something. I just hope and pray that when the bad weather comes through, there ain't tornadoes and loss of life and stuff like that. I mean, that just breaks my heart. And truthfully, I just hate seeing or hearing something happen to kids. I mean, I hate it for anybody. I hate it for anybody as far as that goes. But kids ain't had a chance to live their life like us adults have. So,
It just don't make sense. All this is going on right now with all these shootings. I mean, are they just? Has there always been shootings this many, and they didn't report all of them, or I don't know what's going on, or it's people going off in the head for some reason.
Oh, hi, Kayla. Glad you're on with us. Honey, it don't matter that you're late. You just missed the dogs jerking the laptop off the table here.
You missed some good stuff.
Just missed me getting soaked with my watermelon punch. Thanks God the bees ain't out. But honey, that's okay that you're late. I'm pretty sure there's still more action to be held. But I'm glad you're with us. John Deere says, "What do y'all think about the digital currency they're talking about?"
Oh, that's going to be a way to control every dollar that we have. I don't know how it's going to work. Like if I was to put a roadside stand out there and sell vegetables, I don't know how it's going to work for that. But if they go digital and I've got to accept that out there, I can't hide not $1 from them.
Not that we're trying to hide any money.
I'm not telling you what to do, but they get enough the way it is. And at one time, I heard they paid $600 for a toilet seat. If they're that loose with our money, I don't know why we're giving it to them.
Dolores said that people's demons are showing out. Mark of the Beast, yep. I think so too.
Yep.
I think so too.
And I think that AI is going to be a big part of it.
I think that's going to be a big major boost in it. And I was telling James, truthfully, I forgot who it was that said it. But anyway, there was something said about the more technology and the more smarter that people get, the dumber we actually are. And it is the truth. And just like I was talking to Jamie, our son, today, I said, used to be, I said, when we were younger, I said, you couldn't get on, in order to find out something, you'd have to look through books or talk to an old timer or somebody to find out what was actually going on.
Or go to somebody's house that could afford a set of encyclopedias.
Yeah. And, but anyway, here, now you can get on Google and within a second, you can find out anything you want to find out. Kayla said, I think if there's enough of us to refuse, there will be a parallel. Yeah, I can't see. I'm sorry.
I can't see it all. I let her read.
Economy, and there's always black markets.
Well, I know they can't stop bartering.
Sweet savory words, but A1 is one of the beasts that will breathe. I think so too.
That they can't stop us from bartering, and that's one thing you need to do in your area. Learn your farmers and stuff, because, like I said, we can't raise everything we need, but we can barter what we raise too much of. We can barter it with another farmer to raise something that we didn't.
Hey, all of us on here, we need to try to move closer together.
I tell you one thing: if you're in the city, I feel for you. I really do. I don't know how that's going to work out for people that live in the city.
John Deere put nowadays you can't do anything as a merchant selling things if you don't take a debit card or credit card. That's true. When me and James was driving semi-truck cross country, if we went to a hotel or anything like that, we had to have a debit card, credit card.
We wouldn't take cash.
Lots of times when we went to go get food, they would not accept cash. Had to be a debit card or credit card. Google's been taken hostage, and the content is now so censored. Sweet Savory Word said that. Yes, it is.
Yes. Well, see, now the 1st of June, I guess y'all have already heard this by now. It's been out for months. I think it's the 1st of June. It's supposed to be, you can't buy your antibiotics for your animals anymore. You're going to have to see a veterinarian and have a prescription made out for those. Or, I don't know why they've changed that after it being the way it's been all this time. I don't know why they've changed that, unless they're anticipating some kind of a bacteria is going to be released. And that's one way we can take antibiotics. I don't know. I don't know why they did it, but June 1st. And I think some of you on there might know more than me about it, but I think it's June or July. They're supposed to start running that digital dollar thing. I guess it's a trial run or something.
John Deere said that's getting everyone ready, taking cards for what's coming. I believe that, yes. Sweet Savior Word says, thank you, James. But the sad truth is they are planning on moving.
Planning.
I'm sorry, I can't read. I mean, I can read, but I can't see.
Well, I'm just taking what you're saying in context and trying to put the right word in place.
Me and Helen some bugs in a minute. Anyway, on into the 50-minute cities. April, the Lord said, want anyone to get ivermectin. As a matter of fact, I just gave some of our animals ivermectin the other day, and I just ran without. And I had Safeguard, because we've got Safeguard for our goats. And I was reading, and they said that Safeguard can also be given to your dogs and all these other animals. So that's something else too, people. You really need to search and see, because even though they say Safeguard is for goats or cattle or whatever like that, if you look and see, it can actually be used for your other animals. Just check the weight and Google it. and
let AI tell you what to do.
Exactly. They're so intelligent. But anyway, not only that, but
I don't know about that much about fish, but they say a lot of them antibiotics at the fish stores where you buy your tanks and stuff like that. They say that fish antibiotics is good too for like your animals and stuff. But I guess June 1st we ain't gonna be able to buy them without a prescription. I guess we'll just have to put our fish in a little bag and take them to the veterinarian and say, can you give me some antibiotics for my fish?
Which says CBDC, I think starts July the 4th. And this was everywhere's outliers.
I thought it was June or July. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. We've already stocked up on some penicillin and ivermectin and Safeguard. And
that stuff, my goodness. My family's always been buying that stuff for our animals and stuff, taking care of our own.
Kayla put fish antibiotics are the same as human antibiotics. I seen that the other day, and it's even cheaper. I did see that, Kayla. And Hillbilly Talker just said, just bought several rounds of ammunition. Won't be able to purchase them with digital currency. Yes.
You know what? I never even thought about that. I'd say that you can't. And even if you did, they'd know you got it.
Yeah, yeah, they
Huh.
would. They would know. They would know who was prepared and who wasn't.
I mean, it's just a way to track us. That's all it is, and
That's all
track
it is.
everything we're doing. And not only that, I was told that your money will go into your bank or whatever, that digital money will go into your account, but they could also take it back out of your account.
Well, let me tell you this too, people. Listen to this. I've got to turn the location off on my phone because the other day I was sitting in the house and it says, "Well, how did you enjoy your trip to Walmart? How did you enjoy your trip here? How did you enjoy your trip there? How would you rate this place? How would you rate that place? You was within so many miles of your house, all this that." And I looked at James. I said, "Do you know everywhere we have went within the past 2 or 3 weeks?" I said, "Is saved." And I'm being asked, how would I rate where I went to? It even had down there the time that I was there and how much time I had spent in that place. Now, people, that's scary.
You all might
That
correct
is
me if I'm
scary.
wrong,
I forgot I even went there.
but I was told that now it was, I think, $10,000 limit. Like I could go to the bank and take out $9,999. Nothing would come of it. But if I took out 10,000 or more, it had to be reported to the IRS and then. Well, I heard, and I don't know how true it is, but I heard they've lowered that plumb down to $600. If that's the case, then they'll know every time you sell something around your house on Craigslist or eBay
Well,
or someplace.
well, that digital currency comes, they're going to know every time you spend a dollar, but that will be nothing's going to be worth a dollar anyway.
No, but by that time, everything's going to be so expensive, you ain't going to be able to afford to buy it.
Dolores said that we'll have to end up getting rid of our phones if we don't want to be tracked. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly, Denise, with that, or Dolores with that. I'll get Denise.
Yeah,
Dolores,
but if
I do agree with that.
if we
But
did that, Dolores, how would you watch us? No, seriously, you're right. You're
you are
right.
right. I mean, it's getting to the point it's scary, people. It is. I mean, they probably know a lot more about us than what we even anticipate. And I was told a long while back that if your phones, which ours does, computer, even our smart TVs and stuff like that now, have got cameras on it, that they are actually watching us inside of our homes. I might be talking out of school here. I'm liable to get shut down.
I can't see that.
Um, Ruby said, our cars are tracked also. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
and a lot of those cars has got a box on it to where if you don't make your payment, they can shut it down wherever you've got it, and you can't start it.
Well, I've actually got an app on my phone that if our car is stolen, all I have to do is go on there and put in that my car was stolen and they'll shut it down.
I like the old
I thought
vehicles
about doing that if
anyway because
James
it's
went.
easy to work on.
I thought about doing that if James went somewhere he wasn't supposed to go.
What? Talking about me again? See what I mean?
See, he didn't hear it, so we're not going to tell him.
See what I mean?
Oh, that's right. Hey, hey, everybody use caps for our host who cannot see. Yes, sweet savory words. I can't see it when it's all caps. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if James goes somewhere, just like Cindy going to laughing. Yes, if he goes somewhere he ain't supposed to be, shut the car down.
See, it's all about control, people. It's all about control.
Listen, as long as we've been together, I've got a right to control. And you'll have the last say if I die first.
Who?
How's that?
I'd be too old to say.
That's okay.
I'll keep you around a while.
Oh, how nice of you. I'll have to think about that one.
She can be mean now. She can be like him honeybee. She can be mean.
No, don't let him fool you. I think he's on a fit. Oh, goodness. We're going to have to better do something with this lighting, though.
Yeah, but it needs to come down like that and shine back this way.
What
What it is, our light's straight up over our head about
it is.
8 or 10 feet. And it's a bright light, but like my hat's shading me there.
Couldn't look back like this.
How you like it look? There you go. See, guys, whenever your woman gets tired of you, just change the look.
You know what? When he goes to looking like that, we'll put him here on the street with a big homeless sign with a little tin cup. They're going to use Sweet Every Word says they're going to use the social credit scoring to decide if they're going to cut your card off. I sure hope not. Ken Cindy said, "Don't crack us up."
Yeah,
Kayla says,
"What was that?" And I read it on that website myself. I think it was WEF website, World Economic Forum. I think it was them that said you'll own nothing, but you'll be happy. And you think about how would you own nothing? Well, if I own my house, I don't even have a bank note on it, so I'm going to own it. They can't do nothing about it. Yes, they can. They can raise their property taxes, and that's already going on.
Oh Lord, ours almost doubled.
It's already going on. They're raising your taxes.
I want you to pay taxes. I almost fainted.
Now, when they raise it high enough you can't afford them, guess who's going to own your own?
Next year, when you go to pay your taxes, you better take the smelling salts because you're probably going to need them. But anyway, Kayla said, "How long y'all had bees?" Kayla, we've had bees pretty much since we've been married, and James was even getting bees, wild bees, and had bees and stuff like that before we even got married.
First bees I ever had.
He was just kidding.
I found a bee tree, and me and Dad and Bill went down there and cut that tree and got them bees, and it got me into it. Now I helped other people get bees, and go and get them out of the woods, but that's where your swarms go. Like that swarm I showed on the video, it will hang there for a while. But them bees goes out. Some of them are searchers, and they go out and they'll search for a place to make a hive. If they find a hollow tree back there someplace and they like it, they'll come back and tell them bees, and they'll everyone take off flying again, and they'll fly straight to that tree and go in there.
Unless you're like James, the kidnapped queen. They ain't gonna go nowhere without her. Oh, Ken Cindy said that looked scary.
It didn't feel too good.
Poor Jamie Holler said, "They've got me on the back."
Which I've been stung so many times that I guess my body's got immune to the sting, but it don't get immune to the pain. Oh gosh, when they sting you, they're eating. Ooh, that hurts.
Well, I try not to get stung because, like I said, I'm like this for 2 and 3 weeks.
But back years ago, when I was first doing this, my papaw back on the hill from his house had a bee tree. He wanted me and Uncle Troy and Dad to go back there and cut that tree, and he wanted us to get them bees and bring them bees off the hill to him. That was all fine and dandy. Now, we went to cutting on that tree, and them bees were way up there. So we had to cut the tree down here and let that tree fall. We could see the hole they were going in and out of up there. Well, I'm standing up there now. Back then, we all had the hoods on and the clothes and everything. And when we cut the bottom of that tree started falling. When it started falling, it hit the ground. When it hit the ground, you could see every one of them bees coming up out of that hole, come straight up out of that hole and straight back up that tree where we were. And it probably 20, 30 feet down the hill from us. And they come straight back up there, and they like to eat us up. They got inside there somehow. They found a hole someplace. Well, we got the bees, but we got to eat up getting them bees. They're little tiny black bees. And we got those bees, got them in a hive, got the queen and everything, and plugged them up and put them in the vehicle and took them back to the house for Papaw. Well, my one eye had swelled together. I got stung so much in my face, my eye swelled together. And I could see out the other eye. But Uncle Troy, poor old Uncle Troy, I felt so sorry for him. I got on one side of him, Dad got on the other side of him by the arm when we led him back into his house. Both eyes were swelled together. I mean, them bees eat us up.
I do remember that because I was there twin inches when that happened.
Poor old Troy. I felt sorry for him. Uncle Troy, Lord bless his heart, he's gone now. But
poor old Aunt Midge was hollering, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. He'd say, I want you to hush. Oh, goodness. But anyway,
our grandbabies just walked in. But anyway, yeah, I felt sorry for poor old Uncle Troy. He couldn't see out of neither eye. He blind as a bat. And the only thing is, he didn't have that sonic thing. He could send out to see where he was going.
But anyway, oh, Kenneth and Cindy said, Jim, we have a picture we're going to send you from 1953. Good, yes.
I love it when you all send me that stuff. I love looking at it and reading it.
He said they said this when sent it to me. Never said one thing about you.
What?
There's some things.
Well, you better send me something too.
There may be some things I just don't share. Oh, goodness.
No, the old timers had it down right. We may have all this information today at our fingertips, but the old timers, now they could raise some gardens now. They could feed themselves and put enough stuff back.
I tell you what, this is no joke. My daddy and my Uncle Ed, I am not joking, they could raise tomatoes, believe it or not, as big as dinner plates.
Yeah, they were big ones.
And my dad used to raise peppers, bell peppers and banana peppers and hot banana peppers and stuff like that. He would raise them. The stalks of them would actually look like a tree. I am not joking. And those things were bare. And I mean, he could get a kitchen garbage bag. There was 13-gallon bags. He could get one like every 3 and 4 days off them. And I mean, but you know what everybody done back then when they had plenty? If they had canned and put up all they was going to put up, everything went to neighbors. Whoever needed it, whoever wanted it, whoever could use it, that's what it went to. But anyway, those were the good old days.
Yeah, they were.
And
you might have had to work hard to get it, but.
And I'm gonna tell you something. There was a man, him and his wife. His name was Ron Lambert. That was my daddy's cousin. And Jamie went up there and helped him many a time. And he would raise tons of tomatoes and corn and potatoes and just everything. And he would bring boxes of food. And you just go out there on the porch one morning, well, there's your box of food. He done all kinds of people like that. He did. And I mean, that's really what we should get back to. That's what we really should get back to.
Well, I don't know if America will ever go back to the way it was before. It just I don't care what president you put in or what have you. I just don't see how it can go back.
Oh, and Kenneth and Cindy said they did that, and the generations after that are not the same. So sad. So we've gotten away from them. Yep, that's true. So we said the word says no, and we're not going back. You know, it's a shame because we do need people like that in today's society. We really do. We need good, loving, caring people. Have y'all noticed that anytime you go anywhere, people are so snobby, they're hateful, they'll look at you, and I mean, and just like, even if you're at a store or something, and you're in the hallway, and you just didn't realize they was behind you, man, they'll just look at you, give you the awful look there was. And I said, well, excuse me. But, you know, and it's awful that people are like that anymore. It's horrible. The love, I'm telling you, well, the Bible says that the love of many will wax cold. And it has. A lot of people, the love is waxing cold. And it's a shame. It's a shame. And you see it so much in families. But I have to admit, I do have family I don't speak to even. But it's not my choice. We just had a disagreement. We just ain't never reconciled on it, I guess.
I don't know. It seems like America's lost all of its moral values, and what I'm afraid of is I'm afraid God's going to turn against us. That's what I'm afraid of.
Hillbilly Talker said, my dad always raised a 5 to 10 acre garden when I was a young, and we gave stuff to everyone in the community. Yeah, that's what it was when we grew up, too. That's what it was when we grew up. And I will tell you something, down there where we used to live, my sister-in-law and my brother, they give a lot of food away.
Well, we all try to. That's like me. I don't know everything, but there's things you all know that I don't know, and we try to learn from one another. And that's just like uh, the sister-in-law that she was just talking about. You know, there's a lot of things we learn from them,
Oh, Lord, yeah.
and just like getting our seeds from them, there's also other things that they teach us.
Exactly. She was talking. She was talking to me the other day, and I was kind of complaining because James kind of puts our stuff kind of close together. Which this year he put it. He put stuff kind of far apart.
I had to. She had to whip me right in the back with it.
But anyway, my sister-in-law told me, because I told her, I said, you know, I might be short, but I'm a big woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and when I've
But
been,
you're my big one.
oh well, thank you. But anyway, when I bend over, I need room, and I can't get down on my knees, people. My knees are bad. If I get down, you're going to have to help me up. Okay, so I'm one of these people. I have to bend over. And listen, I like to have space. When I'm working in the garden, I'm bend over and I'm moving. Okay. And James would always put stuff so close together, I was just tearing everything apart. So anyway, she goes, stagger your plants, stagger them. We did this year. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know how many plants get broke off.
She also gave us an idea. I've tried every way in the world. I've staked tomatoes. I've run those lines across and run string down to them and string them up that way. I've done about everything I could think of with tomatoes. And I thought about going buying tomato cages, but you know, I look at them, they're awful small compared to how big a tomato plant gets. Not only that, they're expensive.
Oh,
And we was talking to her, and she said what her and Roger did was they took and bought this concrete wire,
mm-hmm.
and they cut it and then roll it into a cage. Sounds like a great idea to me. I'm going to try that this year.
She said they've been using it 15, 20 years.
I'm going to try that this year.
Still looks the same. I said that's what we need to do. Ruby said she got those looks all the time during the store when she was in the pandemic. During the pandemic, when she was in the store without a mask, I believe it. And then Dolores said, I hate to think what will happen after they open the border in a couple of days. God help us all. Oh, my
Lord. There they go.
Like I said, we're not
there they go.
I bet one of the government's got out.
Let's just hope he don't come through here and jump on the table.
but anyway, Kenneth and Cindy said that we went to Walmart today and there were so many strange looking characters. It was scary. I believe it. I believe it.
Well, not on.
Sweet Savory Word says, then from the right side of me came an audible voice said, you're out of time.
Do what?
We're out of time. Dolores says I don't shop alone anymore in Sweet Savory Words, but yes, Kenneth's like rolling into another planet. Listen, let me tell you something. Then Sweet Savory Words just go back up.
Huh?
I must have missed something. Listen, people. Listen. I'm not going to say I'm dang. Because God in heaven knows I tried.
I'm not going to say it either.
But he would probably say it about me if I wasn't sitting here watching him. Let me see. Oh, goodness, it's ship it is. But anyway, people, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being with us. It is now 9:01. It's time for us to wrap it up.
Yeah, we better
It's been a good
wrap it
night.
up. But we like your all's company.
It's been a nice night. It really has. And I hope and pray God and His angels just are around each and every one of you guys and all the people that's watching that we don't know is out there. Some of them we do, some of them we don't. But anyway, uh, everybody just keep one another in your prayers and just pray that God just watches over us, blesses us, and keeps us all safe until next Monday and even then beyond. Just because God in heaven knows we all need it.
Well, all of
And
you that's out there, give us a thumbs up on this video.
Dolores said, "We love you too. Take care and praying for our world." Kayla said, "Y'all have a blessed weekend." Hillbilly Talker said, "We love your videos and
Thank
live
you.
feeds." And Kenneth and Cindy said, "We sure have enjoyed this. Love you guys. Praying for all."
Thank you.
We love each and every one of you guys that join us. I'm telling you, you're like family. We might not know you, but you're on here with us. You're talking to us. I mean, you are. You're like family because there's family that we really don't talk to a whole lot. So, but anyway, God bless you all. Give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. This is
James.
and Jen from Living Gardens Homestead. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless.
Until next Monday night.
We'll hopefully be here.
Bye, guys.
Take care.